G'day, just me out here with my dog, having a beer. Oh God, she just licked the camera, yuck! Having a beer in my boat. Oh, salty, no. Hang on a minute. Righto guys, I told you this was coming and it's here. Salty, settle down. And like I said to everyone, I'm going to do a giveaway, so sit. So the boomer anchor came in the mail, and like I said, we're going to do a giveaway. One of these brand new boomer anchors. So that's it, all kitted up there, brand new, stubby holder, the whole lot, ready to go. Hey, oi, how about you come over here and sit down? Here, come in, sit down. Now stay. Salty. Yeah, he's a good boy. So I know I've spoken about him a bit before, but the more I'm using it, the more impressed I am with these boomer anchors. And I thought I'd show you guys a bit, since we're giving one away, I'll show you guys a bit about why I think it's so good, and the differences between this one and your regular old style reef pick, which I've been using in the past. So I guess the best way to do that would be to actually start with my old reef pick. So through the magic of editing, I will go and show you guys that now. So here's my old reef anchor, what I used to use before. This one's a bit rusty, yep, it's seen a lot of use. It's got a length of chain on it. I've actually refined this over the years. A lot of the ones you buy in the shops have got much longer prongs. I found the longer prongs actually straightened out a lot easier. So over the years, just sort of figured out a formula that worked for me. I like the shorter prongs with a shorter bend. The longer prongs with a longer bend. Sometimes you'd only grab one prong and just the boat rocking up and down like that would just be enough to straighten out that prong, and out you would come and the anchor would pull when you least wanted it to. Same thing, sometimes you'd have two prongs in, the anchor would grab and then eventually just working its way up, and the prongs would slowly but surely straighten and pull out. So over time I just hacksawed the prongs down, went smaller and smaller and smaller till I realised that the smaller obviously the smaller arches were a lot stronger and the prongs took a lot more bending. That had its downsides. The downside was you had one prong in, no worries, it would hold, and you'd be able to drive the boat over it, and as you come over the top that prong was straighten. Two prongs, 9 times out of 10 you'd pull that, straighten it out. Every now and then you'd have that time when there'd be, you know, maybe 3 prongs would be totally jammed in a reef and it'd be absolutely jammed in there, and you'd come over it with the boat and you'd be pulling and pulling and pulling, and yeah, you'd end up pulling the nose of the boat under the water and the swells would be coming around and the boat would be spinning around and it all just got a bit ugly. Not so bad with this boat because it's got a lot of bow on it and it sort of managed it, but if you were doing it with a smaller boat on a dinghy or something like that, potentially very dangerous situation on a short rope, your anchor jammed and swells coming through. Alright, it's like a fair old bloody old McDonald's farm around here some nights. But yeah, potentially dangerous situation if the anchor just is jammed solid and won't come up. Many a time I'd have to pull it pretty hard with the boat to straighten the prongs out and get it back. Several times I'd lose an anchor and I'd just weld one up at home. I've got a stack of this bar laying around, so I'd just weld myself up another one. It was no big deal, but like I say, it was a potentially dangerous situation and it was just an unknown. You never knew how much stress it was going to take to pull it out, because like I said, sometimes you'd have 2 prongs, sometimes 3, sometimes only 1 prong, and it would pull when you didn't want it to, not pull when you did want it to. It was just a bit of an unknown. So since I've moved to this boomer anchor, again, magic of editing, boom. So the difference between this anchor and the old reef anchor is it doesn't really matter how this one grabs, 1 prong, 2 prongs, or 3 or 4 prongs jammed in the reef. The pressure to release it is the same every time, because the pressure to release the anchor relies on this pin here. So I'm currently running, that's a 3mm pin in here. As you can see, it's been in there for a while, because probably 6 or 7 times out of 10, I'll just drive over this anchor. I drive up and over the top and it comes back out. due to the side of these tines. As you drive over it, the angle of these tines kind of pushes it out, and up she comes with no problems at all. But the beauty of it, like I said before, is it's a controlled pressure to release this anchor at every time. So every time, if it jams in the reef, it doesn't matter how many prongs are left, it's the same amount of pressure to release it each time, which relies on this pin right here. And I'll show you by pulling the pin out. Maybe this one's a bit rusty because, like I say, it's been in there a while. So that pin, that's a 3mm pin, takes the same amount of pressure to break that every time. 4mm pin takes the same amount of pressure each time to break the pin. So as soon as you pull a little bit harder on it, that pin snaps, bang, the anchor folds, and up she comes. Simple as that, really. And just the controlled amount of pressure, and it pops really easily. I've never had one pop when I haven't wanted it to. Not once have I had it pull when I've been anchored and I haven't wanted to pull, not once. The only time it pulls is when you get vertical over the top of the anchor and get it on a tight string and pull it a little bit harder, and then boop, it just pops, and it's so effortless. The front of the boat doesn't even dip. A 3mm pin, it's just totally not even noticeable with this boat. I mean, this is a 6-meter boat, so it's got a bit of weight behind it, but the 4mm pin, it's literally just like a little nip with the front of the boat, and you feel it pull, and you come up and out she comes. Simple as that. No pressure on the bowsprit, no pulling, no doing angry circles with the bow of the boat on the water trying to pull the anchor back out. Just simple, easy and effective. If you've got a bigger boat, I've been running a 4mm on this. I've only gone down to the 3mm because I had some 3s and I had some 4s, and I've just sort of been experimenting between the two to see which one I feel is best suited to this boat. I'm probably leaning towards the 4mm, but like I say, I've never had one of these ping when I haven't wanted it to. So once I'm anchored and set up for fishing, I know that anchor's going to stay there. I know we're secure and it's just not going to pop. I'm more than impressed with the way this anchor's been working, and the more I'm using it, the more impressed I am with it. And I think I've pretty much said it before in one of my other videos, the performance in sand is outstanding. It's not even designed for sand, but it really holds good in sand, and in sandy, weedy conditions holds really good. Obviously in heavy reef, you're probably going to have a higher ratio of pins popping, but I mean, these are cheap. You pick them up at Bunnings or any hardware shop for a couple of bucks. It's no big deal. You pop a pin, you switch it over, back into it. So the contest, what are you looking at, dog? What I'm going to do with the contest, because obviously the whole idea of this was to get a bit of exposure for Boomerangers. It's a relatively new company on the market. They've only been around since October last year, so he wants a bit of exposure. So to win the contest, what I want you to do, I don't know, I'm making this up on the fly in case you can't tell. To win the contest, I want you to put a comment at the bottom of this video why you want to win one of these anchors, and you also need to go to the Boomerangers Facebook page, like the page, and comment Salt Fix on the latest post. So jump on the Boomerangers Facebook page, like the page, comment Salt Fix on the latest post, and also at the bottom of this video, I want you to comment why you want to win one of these anchors. And what I do is, between myself and Duncan, who runs Boomerangers, we'll decide. I'll put up a t-shirt, and maybe we'll get a couple of stubby holders as well. There it is, the Boomerangers stubby holder. And we'll decide whether the winner comes from his Facebook page or whether it comes from my YouTube page, between the two of us. And then we'll contact the winner. Someone's going to win this brand new Boomerangers. So there you go. It's just a short video today. Like I said, I was going to do a bit of a video talking about boats once a week. Seems to be pretty well received. Most people enjoying it. So I'll try to keep it up as time goes on. This video was actually going to be about downweights on trailers and tow ball setup and the balance of trailers. I'm no expert on that, but I'll probably do that in the next video and just have a bit of a chat about that, because I've noticed a few things since I've been towing this boat around and made a few changes, and it's probably worth chatting about, because a lot of people are probably naive to that sort of thing. I know there's a lot of people that know a lot about things, and there's a lot of people that know not much about things. So if I can help people or share some kind of knowledge, so be it. I'm probably not going to get it right, and there's always experts on every subject. Doesn't matter what you say, someone's going to disagree with you. I'm cool with that. I'm willing to learn. If I get it wrong, I'm willing to admit I'm wrong and learn from it. So if you want to get on the contest, comment at the bottom of this video why you want anchor. Jump on Boomer Anchor's Facebook page, comment Salt Fix on one of the posts. That should get some exposure for Duncan's page, and yeah, awesome. Get to give away an anchor. I'm pretty stoked, and I'm sure whoever wins will be pretty happy. If you like our videos, stay tuned. It's my day off tomorrow. It's going to be blowing pretty strong again as usual, easterlies, but I'm going to be out anyway. I'm taking the old boat out for a hot lap. I'm going to take the old sneaky schnapps out for a hot lap because it hasn't had a run for quite a few months now, and it's probably due to have a bit of a run. So I'm going to take it out for a bit of a spin tomorrow morning and hopefully get some fish on. If that's the case, I'll post another video of that as well, I guess. Until then, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.